Hey, bub. This is Wolverine. You're watching Pro Teaches Noobs. This is OG Vegeta. Let's get the views to over 9,000! This is Ryuk. Watch, like, and subscribe, or die.
Hey guys, welcome to the 601st lesson of Pro Teaches Noob. I have with me returning Brit.
Hello, hello.
And today we are continuing our coverage of Peter David's Supergirl. And oh boy, the last one was quite an adventure, wasn't it?
Yes, I'm already preparing myself for the rest of the emotional roller coasters and stuff, but we have more of the supporting, cast and their drama and everything like that. So I'm very
we have to have a shakeup too, though. A major shakeup.
Yes.
It's now Linda in the driver's seat, not Supergirl.
Right.
Supergirl is gone, and Buzz is back, and she's now stuck with him as they're trying to find Supergirl. Also, her powers are greatly diminished.
Wow. Yeah, this is a big shakeup.
Yeah, amazing. Like I said before, that last issue 50, could have been the grand finale.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like one, didn't it? Like Supergirl would have sacrificed her life in a reenactment of Crisis.
It was. And honestly, as you've already kind of gave a heads up, it's kind of like, okay, so will I have wanted this book to end, at that point? Or even if I am a little with conflicting feelings on the last issue, the actual last issue, is kind of like, okay, maybe, yeah, I am going to have conflicting feelings, but in a roundabout way, because as I said before, we started recording, I like drama. I like that sort of thing. So will it still be satisfying in a weird, twisted way?
We'll find out. But first, let's find out and let's see. And I need you to remember going forward. I need you to remind me at some moment where, yes, I'll say Supergirl when she's dressed as Supergirl, but I got to remember to keep calling her Linda.
Linda, right.
I got to start remembering that going forward because we're not going to have Supergirl again the rest of this run.
Wow.
Well, I said Major. Let me phrase that. We're not going to have Matrix anymore.
Right. Well, this is going to be a very good turn of perspective.
Yep, and I gotta say, I love the fact that this cover is a reversal of the first cover.
Yes, very creative. I love that too.
Yep. Subject number 37. It's Frederick Frankenstein, aka Riot. Observation on 89th day of incarceration, as his now normal sleep rhythms are guiding him towards normality. Okay, Riot is a guy who, as they're going to reveal, if he doesn't get enough sleep, he starts to split himself into multiple split bodies that go on a riot. It says there, physical improvement is quite marked. It appears the grotesque exterior effects of the temporal phase generation, which result in the sleep deprivation and the riot personality, can be reversed. However, I remain concerned about the long-term mental effect. My face-to-face meeting with Frederick has been less than positive. I think he comes to view me as some sort of jailer instead of a simple researcher connected to the Metropolis Special Crimes Unit Division. The fact that Frederick seems to have taken a deep-seated hostility towards women in general, stemming from an apparent lack of a fulfilling love life, may have exacerbated the situation. Like all of us, Frederick may simply want to love and be loved in return. My God, that's a song lyric. Perhaps Frederick isn't the only one who should be getting more sleep. I love right off the bat the comedy again.
Yes, already. And if that is like a pop culture reference,
Now this is tying into stuff going on in Superman where the prankster is going about and causing some ruckus everywhere.
Of course.
Now this isn't an event, it's just within the titles. So of course he's here. Yep.
And that is a good thing, that even though it's a solo title, you still want to know if you're going to say foreshadow or something, a crossover, or this character is going to be have a cameo. Just those little you know, cameo bits or whatever, just to say that this book is still in continuity or something like that. And I think that for the modern books, because they want to say to stay isolated and solo, you
Yeah.
think that okay, this book is in its own corner. So when they cross over, or if they, it feels so disconnected. So it just takes a little panel or a little something to be said from a character to let you know, okay, this is all connected.
Exactly. And not only that though, but and the other thing I should point out is that but because this was back in the day, for example, like in Marvel, they used to have to be it's out of the blue, just a random panel of snow going on, like, hey, what's with all the snow in the middle of summer? To find out about this, go read Thor to find out.
Right. I mean, I would rather it be that no, you don't have to go and read another
Oh
issue
no, yeah,
because
yeah. Well, you don't have to. It's just to give the explanation because it's like that's not our story to tell. We're just
right.
saying that it's happening at the same time as that.
Right. But if you are to do something like that, at least let the character like reference it, like give a one-line summary of what's
Oh
going
yeah.
on.
Well, in that
That
case, it
would
was
be
just
okay.
simply a boy. This is weird, and then it was an editor's note saying that. So it's giving them an option saying, here's
Right,
what
right.
if you want to find out, go look it out. If not, oh well, enjoy our story.
Exactly, exactly.
But yeah, so yeah, of course, like, oh, wouldn't it just be wonderful if you were free? I mean, a trick, a marvelous, marvelous prank. And yep, he gets out and see what I mean about the copying himself. I'd say I was upset. I say upset, don't cover it, Doc. Instead, and I'd say instead that I was beside myself. Yep. Oh, but yeah, remember, at this moment, people think she's dead, with the exception of those who know Linda.
I
Eh,
love that page. That page is
Great.
definitely,
I think that's Robin Riggs on the artwork for this one.
I would love for that. Just give a Texas version of this and have it as a wallpaper. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I love it too. I love it too. But yep, like, hey, here, love, we're here, huh? Metropolis, you know where you want to go. Remember? Right, right. And stop calling me love. Anything you say, love. And I wouldn't sound so snooty if you were, if I were you. Remember, you need me more than I need you. I don't believe that for a second. If that was you, you wouldn't be here. You want something. I'm just not sure what it is yet. I'm using the ladies' room. Stay put. Yahoo, mein Führer. Got a problem, kid? You're a bad man. I know it. Nah, and me? Nah, I'm a sweetie for your information. I have the heart of a little boy. As a matter of fact, hold on. I got something in here. It's only a few hours old, so it's still a little warm. Ow! You little puke owl. Yo, what? Uh-oh. Now remember also, he is back to normal as he lost all of his powers too.
Oh, so yeah, this is very much going into the dramedy type of storytelling.
Yep, yep, definitely, definitely. But hold on a second.
Mhm.
Just a moment. I just got an email from my dad. I had a text from my dad. Just a second.
Oh, you're fine.
Yep, just a second. I'll edit this out. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Clark. Sorry I missed you. Just thought I'd tell you I'm alive. Except I'm much more Linda Danvers than I am Supergirl. And I'm off in search of my better half, accompanied by a guide who's a demon trapped in mortal form. Well, bye. Oh, yeah, that would have sounded great. All right, very believable. So basically, this is where we're getting a summary of everything that happened. And how, yeah, making it very clear. This is Linda, purely Linda.
Right, right.
Why is this floor all soggy? It's disgusting. I thought Metropolis was supposed to be all gorgeous and futuristic now. Yeah, this is also after Y2K, where it became more like the animated series future look.
Okay.
Yeah, that was something that that had happened by this point. Odie, cereal of champions. Oh, but enjoying this, are you? You're a big city cop, and I'm unarmed. Why don't you shoot me? Just keep it up, smart guy. Where's your ID? Next to my EGO and my super EGO. There a problem, officer? Yeah, this guy's big mouth. He's a friend of yours? Kind of. He's my brother. He's got that syndrome where you just blurt out whatever crosses your mind and you can't control yourself. Carpal tunnel? Yeah. Oh, that certainly explains his behavior. Okay, miss, get him out of here. What'd you tell him? It'll upset you, so you won't tell me. Sure I will. I'll just wait until you're depressed about something so I can make you feel worse. Uh-oh. All this water going crazy. City room. Nope, Clark Kent isn't here. Would you like his voicemail? Nope, neither is Lois Lane. They're both on assignment. Considering we just had a tidal wave dumped on us, that should be easy to understand. Would you like her voicemail? No, miss, I'm not their secretary. I just answered the ringing phone because I was walking past and thought, hey, they're not here. Maybe there's a story. Are you a story? Me? Nah, I'm as boring as they come. Got a real nice voice, by the way. Thanks, cutie. Thanks, cutie. Olsen, my man, you still got it. Thanks, cutie. Where the hell did that come from? I mean, sure, he sounded kind of cute, but wait. Oh, man, I think that was Olsen. But I think that was meant to be a nod to this how Supergirl and Jimmy had a thing.
Right, right. It's so funny how that is a somewhat of a constant within the Superman
Yeah.
franchise, is that at some point Jimmy and, well, whichever Supergirl
Supergirl.
is supposed to have some type of thing together.
Yep. Look at that. Ah! Warned you. Oh, look at it. Duck. Yeah, I see the duck. Ah! Like, warned you of all the... Why didn't you say duck that time? Well, you didn't listen the first time, so I figured why bother?
Wow.
I gotta say, I love the banter with Teach too, now that they're on a different... Now that he no longer is above her.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Who are those guys? Yee-hi! We'll have fun till our daddy takes the jet skis away. But yep, flies over to Metagene. And hey, mates, word of advice. I'd get down if I was you. Oh, yeah, mate? And why should we do that? Well, since you asked, it's because I got this sneaking suspicion you're about to get the snot kicked out of you. Thanks for the tip. And I think we can look out for ourselves, thanks. Fine, your funeral. Okay, gentlemen, make way for Supergirl. I gotta say, obviously, I think this was editorial telling him to give her the look, but I gotta say, it works. The explanation.
Yeah. I like this costume.
It was a good costume, really good. Now this should be interesting. Didn't you hear it? She said, and it's not going to be me. She said it's not going to be her. She's going to be snot. That really blows. No, you idiot. I didn't say snot. It's not going to be me. I said, hey, come back here. Like, crud. Look out below. Again, Matrix wasn't this chatty.
Right.
I kind of like that, though. Again, making it very clear there's a difference.
Yes.
I really like that. But yeah, so of course we're getting more and showing that she does have strength, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. Okay, freeze! Should have known Superman died and all the Superman wannabes showed up. Now it's the Supergirl pretenders. Oh, Satanist has been working with Prankster. I thought she was dead, as did I, dead and fallen. The being that I perceive now is not quite her. There's something missing, but there's also something very much there, a touch of the divine. And if the Earth Angel still exists, as the two who are one, then you can split her off, one from the other. Look into it. So, oh yeah, let me get those. Well, witnesses verified your story. Looks like you're the heroine in this case. Sorry we arrested me. Yeah, let me get those cuffs off. No problem. Funny, you're saying you're Supergirl and all, and I thought you were dead and taller. I lost weight. Say, what is that? Some kind of joke? Huh? What are you? Oh, Pertinella, for crying out loud. You know you're not supposed to wear stuff like that on the job. Vote Lex! Because this was during the election. Except, actually, no. This is when he won. Oh, no, you don't, Lex. There is no way I'll just stand by and let you do this. No way. The elected might be full of chowderhead who don't know you the way I do, but I know. This is where she finds out she can only leap. She can't fly.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, look, they even have flying cars. Hi, could you take me to the LexCorp building? I don't have any money on me, but I'm kind of in pain at the moment. Yeah, sure, miss. You just sit tight. I'll bring you right there. No charge. Oh, but unfortunately, again, going on with the Superman bit, that's Prankster in the steel suit.
Really?
Okay, so let's recap. I'm faster than a speeding train, can bend steel in my bare hands, and apparently instead of flying, I can leap an eighth of a mile. In other words, faster than, I wonder if I'm still bulletproof. So she's basically at Golden Age level.
Right.
So how's that for the start?
That is very interesting. I mean, it's a good recap of everything, and you are told, right there, even with the characters, that this is a different perspective and different character and everything. So it is very much a good setup and quite enjoyable.
Agreed.
I would say that even if you picked up this book just randomly,
great starting point, great jumping on point.
Right, it's you are getting, like I said, it really factors in getting that recap so you won't get lost. I know that we've been, going over that before, but I would say that, like I said, if you just pick this up alone, you still wouldn't be lost. I don't think you would be lost.
Yep. Oh, look. Pain! Like somebody's trying to tear me apart. Ah! Hey, you okay up there, Super Kid? I think so. I don't know what happened. You need an aspirin, maybe? No. On second thought, yes. Make it 2 or 10. Just give me the bottle. Okay, kiddo. Just give me a second to. Ah, no. Kid, look out! Jurassic Park reference. Object may be closer than they appear. Remember that with the T-Rex in the first movie?
Yes.
Yep. I know that the prankster swiped your armor, so it's a relief to know that you're not an imposter. Yep. Oh, boy. You all right? Who are you? I'm Supergirl. Supergirl's dead. Everyone knows that. She's deader than Moon Girl. What are you? A Supergirl replacement? Like those Superman wannabes who showed up? I'm not a replacement or a wannabe. I'm Supergirl. Well, I thought Supergirl was taller, I know, or dead. I was going to say bustier, actually. I'm not taller or bustier or dead. That's going to be a running gag that she doesn't have. Because remember, we saw that. But now, because she would always switch to Supergirl when she did it, now she is, but now she has to be Supergirl in the Linda body. So now people are going to notice.
Right.
All right. But yeah, but let's see but you know what it takes? And what? It takes a copy to know a copy. Oh boy. The wigs are coming off. Whatever telekinetic aura I generate that helps me resist bullets and prevents my clothes from getting torn by them It must keep the blonde wig on my head. That's a bit of good luck. I do like how to give an explanation to that.
Right. I like this. That is giving, again, showing you that there are differences. Um, they haven't shown any similarities yet. We'll probably get to those, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
But
we will.
they are definitely giving, differences within just the characters and how the disguise work, or whether it is or not, or
Oh,
the personality change and all of that.
oh, look at this. Hey, Riot Squad, what are you, too chicken to keep fighting me? So you're wasting your time with these poor grunts? Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You're chicken. Yellow belly, Colonel Sanders chicken. Well, that was simple. Now let's see if I can stay one step ahead of them. Catch me if you can, chicken man. Oh, but now he feels the same thing. And that's the game, is it? I try to leave her and I get a knife in the brain. And you were the one who talked about free will. Now let's pull the other one, mate. Is that it? I don't believe it. After all these years, we found him and now we can kill him. Uh-oh. There's an interesting question. We're seeing more building up everything as they toss her into a vault and then use the fire suppression system to knock him out. But of course, still tossing him around.
Like a rag doll.
Yep. And then zap! Oh, and Lex Luthor's people show up. Are you all right, miss? You! Me! Again, that joke. So her passing spawned imitators, just as his did. I like how they keep bringing it up that because they thought she's dead, they now think that this is a duplicate or a repeat.
Right. I'm still very much standing firmly that I definitely would have liked at least partial of this, or split it up.
Mm-hmm.
This should have been live action
Yep.
for Supergirl. I understand, that James Gunn is a Tom King fan, but if you wanted to show the
Somehow incorporate
differences,
this.
yeah, or show just like you're already changing the mythos, with how in a sense they are very distant cousins, it seems. I mean, they're close enough for uh Cal to babysit or dog
Yeah.
sit Crypto, but it's still, you don't really feel like they have that closest as cousins. So it's kind of like, yeah, they really could have taken that step of just having a different Supergirl with name and all, because it just feels like this is a better story being told about, if you want to have, drama and this character journey, than just a Supergirl in outer space getting drunk. I just feel like this is much more compelling.
Yep. Of course, the two of them keep bantering about it and everything. I love it. Like, I'm not surprised, although you do seem familiar. Your face. Have we met? What do I say? Yes, in another life I was your lover. That I got some Supergirl's powers and I'm trying to rescue her from oblivion. That'll do anything rather than let you, Lex Luthor, run this country as president. I gotta say, I do like how it is a case of Linda still has all the memories from Matrix. So that's why, of course, it's mostly Linda, but she knows enough from Matrix.
Right.
I do like that wasn't lost.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like, of course, it's like, and how did you, for that matter, how can I protect an entire country if I cannot even protect the city I call home? And seeing a young girl attempt to assume Supergirl's mantle, well, call me nostalgic. I couldn't resist lending a hand. And how did you know that I wasn't the bad guy? That wasn't really Steel? I used a rather ingenious invention. What, like a DNA analyzer, an infrared X-ray thing? No, it was called a telephone. I called John Henry Irons with it. He just came out of the shower. I reasoned it wasn't him. Oh.
Wow. Wow.
Again, I love Peter David's Lex. It's so swarmy.
Right.
But oh boy, but Riot, the original Riot is still torturing that poor woman. But Thanks to them, she was able to find out what was going on and everything. But then Superman shows up, and let me guess, you happen to stop by the dated planet. They informed you a ride had been spotted, but he wasn't reported missing, so you figured you check. You, me. She's taking that from Lex. She took it from Lex and made it her own for that moment. I love that.
That's adorable.
Yep. Oh, look at that. Yep. Mr. or Mrs. Barker, NYPD, open up. Folks, I hate to insist, but I really have to. Mr. or Mrs. Barker, Mr. Barker walked out with the neighborhood floozy years ago. What's the problem? Oh boy, they're here to check in on his son and everything. Of course, the folks on the other side of me snort at least 2 lines of coke every evening before supper. Do I like the bat signal? I mind my own business. The bat signal's awesome, ma'am. This is Brooklyn. Whatever. Scotch? No, thank you, ma'am. Was there a breakage going on here earlier? Aye, sir! Ma'am, could you lower your voice? Yeah, Mom? Am I, in trouble? Arthur, this is Kojak. Kojak, my son, Arthur. Officer Arundel, actually. Call him Kojak because he's bald. All right, what's that on your hand? That was clay. I was down the basin making a statue. Of what? Evil, ma'am. Mama doesn't like my work. Oh, boy. So basically, he does all this, she breaks it, and then basically says, hey, there's nothing against smashing up some cruddy statues. Now, vamoose!
So she's abusive.
Believe it or not, there is a reason behind it. Arthur? Yeah, Mom? You make something like that in the basement again, I swear to God, you're dead. I still can't believe you're not dead. I thought, I know. Oh, I spoke at your memorial service, read the transcript, especially the part about she was like a beloved cousin to me. Okay, here comes the part. I'm shaky on the landing. Don't think of it as a landing, but rather just the next step. And so you can leap about 1/8 of a mile now, but otherwise you're not flying. That's it. Well, that's still manageable, like a roller coaster. That's all, except you're doing all the work. 3, 2, 1, and up and away. It's weird. When we're in midair like this, and I'm holding your hand, I get the urge to what? To do a badly dramatic recitation of schmaltzy song lyrics. Can you read my mind?
Wow, what a reference.
Fight the urge. Also, keep in mind, Linda, that you don't have to be a human yo-yo, especially if you're in a hurry. Observe. Boing, 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 boing. Wicked! Just be careful on warm summer days. Rooftop sunbathers hate to be disrupted by passing superheroes, especially women sunbathing topless. Not that I know from firsthand experience, of course. I've just heard that around. Naturally, goes without saying. I love whenever Superman's embarrassed. I love whenever he's embarrassed like that.
Yes, we need more of that because right now I feel like he is very uptight and it's just the humor and the lightheartedness of those type of things. It seemed taboo in a way.
Right.
So you can't have Superman just do certain things that is kind of okay, this is fine, this is normal, it's funny, just take it as the joke that it is. But now he has to have this goody two shoes, Boy Scout, American Dad type image, and it's kind of you're depleting the character.
Yep, definitely. But so you're searching for the rest of yourself. Basically, yeah, the part of me you used to call May, the Earth Angel aspect, and somehow the Chaos Stream is supposed to lead me to her. At least that's what I understand of it. Sounds to me like you're talking of a lot of this taking a lot of this on faith. Well, that kind of comes with the whole angel territory, and you don't want any sort of major public announcement that you're alive. I can keep the belief in Supergirl and in what she stands for alive just by doing what I'm doing. Nothing else. I don't want to hold a press conference and explain to a room full of reporters why Supergirl is suddenly 6 inches shorter and considerably less shapely. Don't sell yourself short. Your shape is just fine. Thanks. I'm flattered. If there's anything I can do to help, anything you need, it's sort of a personal self-discovery kind of quest thing, Probably best if I manage on my own as much as I can. Look, do me one favor, would you? Name it. Spread the word to the brethren, okay? To the rest of the mask pack. I mean, tell them if they encounter a shortish blonde with a white tee and a blue skirt, that I'm kind of sort of the real super deal. So I don't have to explain over and over. I figure if you vouch for me, consider it done. And Supergirl, yeah, Godspeed. I'll tell him you said so if I see him again. And but yeah, though we see then Buzz is still grumbling about what he's stuck with. But then, did you get him, Mara? No, I missed. But don't worry, I won't miss again. Damn it! You missed again? No, I didn't. But my shot was blocked. Oh, but then, oh boy, look at she shot a steak. Well, how's it going, Buffy? Emergency scenario 1A, abort, transmission, abort! Okay, sweetheart, we don't exactly go for people stalking folks with crossbows around here. What's up with that? Who knows? There's weirdos everywhere. Ha ha! I love it. The cops are actually doing their job for once.
Right. That is a rarity for sure.
Yeah, I know, but I like that. They're like, ah! But yeah, you're doing great on your own. You couldn't have, I don't know, hit him up for a rental car or something. For that matter, you got money? Yeah, but not endless supply. And if we're on this little quest for months, even years, oh, Lord, help me. I think that's why you're here, actually. Joy. But, Martin Luther King's junior school, Kyle Rayner is helping. Yep. But yeah, they're talking like, would you like to go get a drink after this? Huh? Why, Goof! Hey, watch it. You got eyes too, kiddo. Yeah, but I can't watch out for both of us. All right. No harm done. Eep! Kyle, getting a little ahead of yourselves, aren't we? Huh? She thought Kyle did it.
You know, there was a difference between, how, and that is something that Jared had to explain that, Hal was the womanizer, and then Kyle, he,
The sweetheart.
yeah, but also it just felt like a lot of the writers wanted to switch, the lanterns personalities at some, at
Yeah.
some point, because I know that Donna Troy fans, at very divided on her relationship with Kyle. It's either,
Kyle or Roy.
yeah, it's either Roy has his issues, or Kyle, he also has an
Well,
issue.
Kyle has 3 girls that he's great with. Jade, Donna, and Soranik.
Well, I only thought of Jade, and I was going to mention that love triangle between them
Well,
is very,
Donna only broke up because of Byrne.
really. Brent does not like relationships.
No.
I mean,
It was because he didn't want to share the character. Basically said, my character, you can't use her.
so okay, so yeah, that still goes within what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
Byrne, he has an issue with crossovers and or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
because
Big time. Because of how many times people, like, for example, I still remember this one infamous moment. There was a point where in Claremont's book, you had Arcade do light a match on Doom's armor, and Doom didn't do anything. And then so what did Byrne do? He had to be Byrne that Doom was talking to some of his Doom bots. Saw that one and said, "What is this, Mark? Arcade did it. I assume you obliterate him? No, I assumed that he could be useful. Blow them up. Doom assumes nothing."
I mean, but I don't know about Byrne. Every time
He does good stuff too, though. He does good stuff too. Like, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have gotten Hippolyta sent back in time, so we can have alternative to Diana being World War II, and we wouldn't have had Cassie.
Okay, well, I would say that Cassie is kind of like the lesser version of Vanessa, because honestly, Cassie and her
In
mother.
the early days, yes, but as it went on, she became her own character.
Yeah, but she's still very much a Vanessa, second 2.0. And then with I would give him just that one credit. Point
Yep.
five
Yep.
is that Hippolyta is the excuse to have a Wonder Woman in the JSA. That means that we don't have an old as dirt 1,000-year-old Diana. As long as we don't have that, then I will give him at least that one credit.
Oh, by the way, on the stream we had today, as of this recording, to anyone else who doesn't know, what NJ and others were trying to bring up saying, oh, but I don't like that it's a legacy thing, but it's like, it's a title. It's a title, guys. It's always been a title since Spectacular #1.
I would say that Wonder Woman is, yeah, it does feel like a legacy that Diana, is second. But at the same time, if you think about the story and what Hippolyta went through and why she has her resentment for,
Oh, yeah.
man's world,
Especially
then
after seeing all the genocide. I personally would look at it after seeing the Holocaust. She's like, sees true evil, and she's like, mankind got worse. And it's going to take
exactly.
Diana to tell her, no, it's gotten better. And that was an exception.
Exactly. So there is a story there. So I wouldn't write that off. I would say that Hippolyta, that goes within her journey of being this jaded type, resentful queen, who wants to protect her daughter, but then her daughter finds her own path in a modern world to see how it has changed, and she
Yeah,
helps Hippolyta get over her own trauma, her past trauma.
exactly.
So
But,
no,
but yeah,
if you go about that, it is a story there that is so much better.
exactly. And not only that, though, but again, it was a legacy. It was a title given to her. It's the champion of the Amazons going out to man's world.
Exactly. It was a title. It's not like it. Diana is the destined, chosen one, but I would say that
But the
it's
Amazons
not,
could take it whenever they want. They could take it away whenever they want.
they can, but if you want to really establish Diana with the title and everything like that, with having her mother be the first Wonder Woman, or, and
A
then,
Wonder Woman at least. I
well,
don't think they ever said she was the first.
well, that's true. So I would say for this scenario, just say she was the first.
Mm-hmm.
And she saw, wartime trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not want a representative at all. Like, they just completely left it alone and wanted to stay secluded. But because of Ares and everything like that, they needed a champion.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just tough to choose one.
Yep.
And with
Hence the
Hippolyta,
contest.
right, but with Hippolyta creating this child that is pure of heart, and she is pure of it, especially with her birth. You can even
Oh yeah, she
connect
was
it with her
destined to win.
birth.
She was destined to win. That's why Apollo told her, don't compete.
Right. So it is a lot of complex, narratives within that
Yeah.
Diana does deserve the title,
Oh
and
yeah.
it still connects her to Hippolyta and the Amazons. So no, it's not taking away anything from Diana. She isn't
Yeah.
just that legacy character. It is so much more than that. And
She had to
honestly,
earn it. She had to earn it. It's not like
right,
it was
and
just, yeah.
exactly. And
Here's an
honestly,
example. You know, in the Super Friends episode, the one where some of the villain Legion went back and changed their history, technically Cheetah became Wonder Woman for a brief. Now, this was Cheetah in the loincloth. This is not, Cheetah Girl, Cheetah.
right.
So, but yeah, she actually cheated and Cheetah cheated, and won the contest, and she became the new Wonder Woman. Again, reminding us, any Amazon could have become Wonder Woman.
Right. But again, Diana has to still earn it. She has to show that her mother, her mother sheltering her and
Yeah,
everything, it didn't diminish her from finding her
exactly.
strength. And that is one thing that of even Diana not having her powers just yet, it's kind of like everything has to unlock. She is
Mm-hmm.
a quote unquote regular Amazon on the island until the contest, and until she wins the
I
contest.
personally prefer it where she had her abilities. Hippolyta knew Diana would be a shoo-in. Hence why she forbade her to join in, and why Diana had to go in under disguise until she then reveal who you are. All right, mother. And Hippolyta would be like, I bestow it upon you.
Right. I mean,
I always prefer that origin. That is my preferred origin, where she has to sneak her way in and force Hippolyta's hand.
right. We'll always love the emotional, roller coaster basically that Hippolyta went through in Perez run. She
Yep.
loved Diana, she missed her, she just wanted her protected, and she was so conflicted knowing that, yeah, Diana won the contest and it was fair for her to let her daughter go, but she still wanted to protect her. And every time Diana came home or anything like that, it was like a
Trying to come up with an
relief to her.
excuse.
Right. It was a relief to her.
Yeah, to get her to stay. Which I gotta say, that was one thing I liked about in Volume 1 of Wonder Woman Earth 1, how Hippolyta trying everything she could to try and cut, to twist everything to keep Diana there, and everyone would be saying, that's not how it works.
I would say that, yeah, Hippolyta.
Just the first volume, not the other one, just the first one.
Right. We don't talk about the other ones, but Hippolyta, basically doing all that she can to prevent Diana from leaving and everything like that. It works for her character. She's not a helicopter mom or some type of emotional abusive mother or mother dearest or anything like that. She's
Mommy
not that.
Dearest, yeah.
Mommy Dearest, yeah. She is.
Sorry, I gotta say it. No wire hangers.
Right.
Yes, I know about that. Yes, I know about that.
Yeah, that came from. I actually saw that clip on Twitter, and I'm just kind of like.
Unfortunately, even the real daughter of the actress that was being portrayed hated, and the one who wrote the book that was based on was like, "This is too over the top."
It is. When I still have to see the movie as a whole, but Twitter had some clips on it, and I'm kind of like, wow, this is
I'll
very
say it's not a
interesting.
bad story. It's not a bad movie overall. It's just the choices made were like, really?
Well, I would say that old school movies are very over the top, and so yeah, it's going to be dramatic and everything.
Well, let me put it this way. They had to change the marketing from it being a drama to treating it like a comedy. It was that over the top. That was their way of trying to fix the marketing.
Well, I would say that, maybe
Didn't work.
Right. Well, it's a cult classic, I believe. But yeah, Hippolyta isn't that. she just loves her daughter and loves that she is her gift, from all of her trauma, all of her just everything that she went through, for Diana to be this gift of purity and love. And also again, how Perez presented that as Hippolyta and Diana are connected souls from caveman, that caveman.
Yeah, it was her unborn child.
Right. So that alone really tells such a good compelling story and backstory for why Hippolyta being the first, or a Wonder Woman to Diana. It just, you need someone in DC to write that at some point.
Yep.
To connect it, to make it make sense.
Okay, anyway, let's get back to this. So there's the boy. He snuck over with his artwork to show it. And look at his artwork. Look at that. So, and of course, Linda is impressed, obviously.
Right.
I'll be doing autographs later. One per customer, $5 each. Wow, they were ahead of the curve. Oh boy, the mother shows up and said, how dare you defy me? Get away from him. Get your hands off me. Off you. I destroy you. How dare you destroy that? I said, get your hands off me now. Well, when you slap the face of someone who isn't bothered by bullets, that's what's going to happen.
Wow.
Uh-oh. You're the one. He's out of the class, but he's one of my best, brightest pupils. When he started in my class a few months ago, then you should have asked me and not have and I would have told you no art. But why? Because I'm his mother and I say so. And you are? I'm an artist. Then shut up. Oh boy, again, the mother, they're trying to, she doesn't want to tell him why. Like, lady, you're the one who doesn't know. You don't know a damn thing, okay? Because if you did, you know what? Forget it. Just forget it. But yeah, then we're then seeing back to we're meeting up with someone else at the police. Like, all right, let's go, Mara. You're sprung. How many strings did you have to pull? It was that woman from before trying to shoot him. I want the demon, all of them if possible. His head, if not, Brooklyn, you said? I'm reasonably sure. Yes, Coney Island. All right, I'll send trackers there. So they're trying to, again, hunt him down. And basically she reached out to Elizabeth Persky again to help. You know, because of the artwork.
Right.
You know, and everything. Like, I'm an artist, and Miss Persky is kind of, well, like an agent. I told her all about you, and she's interested in talking to you. We figured it'd be better in private so your mom wouldn't go ballistic. All right, how about we meet at the boardwalk by the Ferris wheel? Oh yeah. They're basically waiting there for him as he's working on something. But then, why did you have to mix in? And you don't know what you've done. Yes, I do. I've given a talented artist a chance to show what he can accomplish. Believe me, lady, I know what he can do. It's why he had to move, and we had to move. Why my husband is gone. Why? I don't understand. Well, great. Next time, don't mess with things you don't understand. Are we almost there? Just around the block. Thank God. Maybe it's not too late. Unfortunately, I don't believe it. How did he produce all this in such a short time? It's hideous, actually. I thought Linda said he made angels and... Arthur, Art, wake up. Oh, God, please. Artie, please, baby. I can't deal with it again. Not again. Honey, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Mrs. Baker, for the love of God, he's exhausted. I must insist you release him at... Dear Lord! It's too late. Too late, and it's all your fault. Hello, Mother. Hello, Miss Persky. You know, all artists have to be willing to make sacrifices for their work. And so I've decided that I'm going to sacrifice the two of you. But you can take comfort in the fact that it's all in the name of art. See, the mother knew this would happen.
Wow. That is something.
I do. I like moments like that where you're like, oh, she's horrible. And you realize, oh, crap.
I mean, a mother knows her child, and it is a reason why,
But you would think it's just a typical abusive mother.
Right. I mean, the setup was to make you think so, but yeah, it's.
I like the twist. I do like the twist, and it's like not saying what she did was right, and
right.
And how she did it.
Yeah, I mean, she was in a predicament of, I want to protect my son
and the world.
Same time, but and I can't say anything because, well,
who's gonna believe me?
That, and if they do believe her, of course, the government is going to try to take him away or do something worse.
Yep. Oh boy, look at this! All the birds got sniped.
Wow.
Whoops. But yep, she's going to fight him off and everything. Like, at the moment, I don't know what's worse: living in a world where I'm wrong, or in a world where Buzz was right, because Buzz was basically telling her, yeah, maybe there is something to what the mother was saying.
Right.
Yeah, like, you sure you know? Like, you're sure, so sure you know? Okay, I gotta point out, this is where a lot of this art era is going to be focusing on. How much Buzz actually knows more than understands the world better than Linda does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because actually I'll go over this. Like, well, Elizabeth convinced him she was legit. We got his teacher on the cell phone, and she vouched for Liz. We should have thought of that earlier. And then we walked him over to the studio Elizabeth set up for him. Whole studio, just as your say so, that he was any good. Liz, trust my judgment. More fool her. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. So you brought him to the studio, and it was filled with all kind of sculpting material, even a big old slab of marble. If he wanted to take a whack at it, don't talk while you eat. You'll choke. I won't. And she's the brains of the outfit. So what about Mumsy? She embraced the idea now, has she? No, but Elizabeth insisted that we keep it a secret as briefly as possible. So basically, this is afterwards, I should point out. And now that the art is settled, Liz is taking her mom over to the studio. She's counting on her wayward people to bring her around. She'll probably wave a ton of cash in her face, and that'll be that. Good. The sooner we leave this burg, the better. But yeah, it's like, you're so sure that you know better than the mother, that she's a big angry bully who won't let little Artie have fun with Play-Doh just to be me, because she hates the finer things in life. What's your point here, Buzz? My point, love, is that I looked in the mother's eyes when she was smashing those things, when she was dragging her son away, and I didn't see anger or hatred or meanness. No, what I saw was pure, gut-wrenching, mind-numbing terror. She's afraid of her son, love, of his sculpting. And if I was you, I'd be busy asking, why?
Fair point. Fair point.
And again, this is going to be a reoccurring theme throughout all of this. Mm-hmm. That Linda keeps thinking, like, I'm the better person because I'm Supergirl. You're the evil demon. That's going to be a reoccurring thing, and it's going to bite her in the ass.
Right. I was about to say, she's definitely going to get humbled at some point. And
now, does this mean that Buzz is a better person? No, but it also shows he's not irredeemable.
Right.
Oh, geez. Dead. I mean, Supergirl, you're dead. You're going to say dead, right? No, I was going to say shorter. No, not as curvy. Actually, I was going to say just in time. You're not surprised to see me, but you must have questions, right? I mean, I think we shouldn't lose sight of our priorities at the moment. All right, good idea. Again, see what I mean? Little things about here showing the fact that Linda keeps dwelling on it.
Right.
It's good writing.
Yeah, definitely.
But have you ever noticed how little of a chatterbox May was during these circumstances? Usually if it was more wit and less self-consciousness.
Right, but we also had a lot of monologuing in the sense of what was happening then to her own emotions. And yeah, this is definitely a lot of insecurities or, self-consciousness and a little bit more doubt in a sense. That is as I said, a drastic perspective change.
Exactly. And the fact she keeps on focusing on, I'm not as busty. I know that's supposed to be a joke, but it's like, come on, Linda, you don't have a bad figure.
Right.
Like Superman said, your shape is fine. You know what it kind of reminds me of? You ever heard of the anime Slayers?
No.
Okay, give me a second. That's the one where you have the character of Linda Danvers. All right, let me get a good image of her. There's a good one. Oh, nope, not a good one. I hate when they show it, but it ends up being tiny. Here we go. All right, so let me... Okay. Reddit, the Reddit one. Here we go. Look at her. She looks fine, doesn't she? And but it's like she's not bad curves or anything, but it's like, but by anime standards.
Right, anime standards, right.
Hold on. Especially when she's compared to one of her rivals. Nope, not a good... Why can I get a bigger size? Do I always have to say a large image? Do I always have to do that? I hate that.
Yes, because the pixels for some reason on Google is terrible. And yeah, with looking for comic images or just images, period, it is something about the pixels that is just so aggravating.
Yeah, exactly. Where it says it acts like it has a lot more in it, then it's like, nope. Okay. Compared to this woman.
And the thing is about anime that's so weird is that this character, they will say that she's about 15, and then the one that's more covered and everything is like she's like in her 30s or whatever. And it's kind of like, the logic of anime is kind of weird, but
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Actually, you are nope. In this case, she's 18, 19, and Lena is 15.
so this is, well, I take that back because older anime was more age appropriate and age accurate, you know, to characters and the character designs. But nowadays it would be reverse.
Yep, it would be. Okay, here's a different image. See,
Right. They don't really, I mean,
again,
she's just
Lena, again, and even the dubbers in a commentary said, like, Lena, she's fine. Like, but compared to Naga, like, you put her next to Naga, yeah, she's gonna look, because Lena keeps saying, I am flat. Look at her. She ain't flat.
it's
But
just
compared to Naga,
right. Well, it's just that she is her clothes are different, and
and she's
it's
younger.
right. So there are differences that's honestly going to be different, but it's not something that's just going to take you out of liking the character or anything like that.
Yep. Although then there is another character who, well, let's just say it's made clear to us, the readers, that she is Naga's sister. But well, let me put it this way: this girl is younger than Lena, so yeah. Again, she's like, "Oh, that's not fair." You know what I mean? It's like that's not fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, of course, Lena's gonna feel like again, see, she's supposed to be by that point, she's supposed to be 17. So you have this 14-year-old with a rack bigger than Lena's. Lena's gonna be like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, again, anime has its choices very well. I wouldn't
Hmm.
say they are
But again,
at times
look at
inappropriate.
Lena. That ain't flat.
Yeah, by the standards of anime and by the standards of reality, you know, it could be considered flat in a way. Um,
Yeah, and that's what they kept saying. They're
yeah,
like, that's the key word, by anime standards.
right.
But again,
And
it's like, I get it. So I get why Linda is being self-conscious to a point, but it's like, come on, girl.
right.
You know what I mean? It's just, you get why I brought it up, right?
Hmm.
It's similar.
And at this time, like I said, in reality, women are self-conscious like that,
True.
and especially this run is early 2000s, right?
Yep. Well, by
Okay.
now it is. By this point, it is.
Okay, so yeah, at that time, beauty and everything was very much a thing in pop culture of, whether it is art, music artists, actresses, the whole thing of, I think this is the popularity rise of plastic surgery too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the whole thing is very much ingrained within, like I said, pop culture and how women see themselves. So this,
True.
I do not, I, I'm not surprised that this is a subject within this book because that
It's
was
play for a
something.
laugh, of course, though.
Right, right, but it was still something that was ongoing. I mean, I think that even in Wonder Woman's book, she was, or other female
Oh,
characters,
yeah.
compared themselves to Diana
Oh,
and had those moments of, well, it was a self-insertion type for the writers, but writers having issues, to make other female characters jealous of Diana's look. Even though I would say it's very different because she's supposed to be blessed by Aphrodite, so it's like there's no comparison
yep.
of Diana's beauty. But yeah, it's definitely an ongoing early 2000s thing.
Yep. Although it reminds me of when Jubilee was surrounded by all the ex-ladies, and she's just like,
Why am I here?
well, can you blame her, though?
I
She's
mean,
surrounded by the ex-babes. these grown women and she's a teenager and she's just like, why can't mine get bigger, as big as theirs?
Yeah, very much
I know. This is
okay.
silly. I'm talking with you about it, but come on. It is a funny topic to bring up still because
It is,
those were jokes that were made.
yeah, yeah, and it fits. It definitely fits into the early 2000s conversation
Well, that was the
of
90s for Jubilee. That was in the 90s.
well, yeah, it's, still,
Yeah.
that, like I said, the rise of plastic surgery, the rise of just these beauty standards of Hollywood, period. You did have that in the way back in the day, like Marilyn Monroe and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
it really became apparent in the early 2000s. And yeah, even in the late 90s, it was a thing. So, as I said, this hits that topic. Honestly, even if it is played for laughs, it's still a very a serious topic.
Yeah, because you have Rogue, you have Storm, you have Psylocke, and this was in the Asian body Psylocke. And Jubilee's just a young 15-year-old.
Right. And I mean,
She's
being
going to
age
be
appropriate,
self-conscious. She's going to be like, come on, body.
that, but also, I mean, this is supposed to be age appropriate too. That is the one thing about Western comics is that it's not going to go overboard with anything of when it comes to minors. I would
Yeah.
hope not. Anime is a little bit more um unrestrictive, and it's very uncomfortable at times where you do see a character design and it's kind of like, okay, you expect that female character to be like at least in her mid 20s, but when you see her design,
Well,
she's only
yeah.
14. That
Oh
is
yeah, oh
very
yeah. That gets a
uncomfortable.
little. That I agree. But that's why I'm glad when they drew Jubilee, they still make sure she's a kid. Like I said, that's a very kid thing to do.
Right, right.
Especially again when you're surrounded by a bunch of supermodels.
Yeah,
Let's be honest, that's what the X ladies were. A bunch of supermodel babes.
right.
Of course, she's gonna feel like, oh, this is so not fair.
Yeah.
Or again, like, when's puberty gonna hit me? That's clearly what she's thinking when she's like,
Yeah.
that's clearly what she's thinking. Like, come on, puberty, hit me. I know. I'm playing it for laughs. Just like the book does.
Right, right.
Okay. Back on topic. So, yeah, of course. Yeah, hello, You're supposed to be Supergirl, I guess. You can't stop me, No offense. None taken. Sorry, Ma. I kind of need to distract Supergirl for a moment. And you're what's handy. Now, let's see. If I were a kid having a dream of myself in a statue and could trash whatever I wanted, where would I start? Oh, sure. Duh. The school. Oh, dear. Hi, Miss Lynch. Nice night, huh? But he goes Green Lantern. Like, calm down and calm down. How am I supposed to calm down? Why should I? People have been treating me like I'm a crazy woman, an ogrette, whatever. And I've known, and I've been living with it. And what? What is it? Before I go back in there and fight that thing, tell me what it is I'm fighting. You can't fight him. You'll hurt him. Lady, that thing could smash Brooklyn to pulp. And I don't think it's going to be too worried about hurting anybody. Now, tell me what's going on? He doesn't know what he's doing. He's asleep. Who's asleep? My son, Arthur. He doesn't know, doesn't understand what's happening to him. It's all a dream. None of it's real. Even after it happened that first time, he didn't understand. First time? It was when he was just becoming a teenager. I read about metagenes, about all sorts of bizarre mutations people can undergo for no reason. I became the expert on that. Anyway, that's what happened to him. His father had just come down on him hard, punishing him for breaking curfew. Art stomped off to the little sculpting studio he made in the old garden shed out back. And the next thing we knew, the statue he'd been working on came to life and attacked his father. I ran out to the shed and found him asleep. I tried desperately to wake him up. He wouldn't respond. There was nothing to respond to. His essence and his sleeping soul was in the statue, dreaming. I went back to discover my husband running off into the night, never to be seen again. and then turned to face me. And then he what did he do? He watched television. He what? He watched TV. He stayed up all hours watching shows he wasn't supposed to, ate junk food. Well, he tried to eat, but it kept slipping out of his stone mouth. Basically, he did all the things he wasn't supposed to. And when he had his fall, he woke up. Please, he's not evil. He just doesn't know what he's doing when he's stoned. Well, yes, in other words, he acts like he's high, but he's okay. I think that is clever.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize what he's doing. And I thought he killed his dad, but no, his father just ran off and never came back. I think because they realized I think Peter realized if he killed his father, it's like, why didn't you do more? But the fact he just scared him off.
I mean, that goes to a lot of also that is a trope in if I would say that they mostly kill off the mothers.
Oh yeah, Disney does that all the time.
Yeah, and then fathers, they just make them a deadbeat.
Yeah, but again, I like this idea. It's a one-shot villain, obviously. I don't see it as being a regular, but But yeah, Kyle shows up to help. Wait, you're Supergirl? The one Superman told us about? Yeah, that's right. I asked him to spread the word to Kyle. You're Kyle. Geez, a little louder, okay? I don't think they heard you over at Action News. Good thing Miss Lynch is out cold. I saw you at the show, but I didn't remember you from our days with the Titans and didn't. Why are you hanging on me? Because I can't hover, just leap long distances. Why did I forget? It's like pieces of Supergirl's memories are missing. Maybe I would have bothered you. I said I didn't know what you were talking about. Nah, I hear that all the time. Oh, fudge. But, yep, they're trying to wake him up. Like, am I? Just a chap who can still sniff chaos and flow in its wake. Saw an oversized lawn jockey stomping around hereabouts. This gift, the reason for it, am I right? Can you help him stop the creature? Stop this nightmare? Of course I can, if you really want me to. I do. No problem whatsoever. Hold on. Let's see. He's ready to kill him. He's just a boy. To you, maybe. To the rest of Coney Island, he's a hunking big pile of destruction. The fact that he hasn't killed anyone yet is a minor miracle. But his luck and yours ain't going to hold out. If you can't wake him up, the alternative is to put him sleepy by permanently. Look, ladies, we're all in the same leaky boat. He can step on me easy as you. You don't care about your own necks? Fine. But I value mine quite highly. Thank you very much. You don't want me to do it? Fine. You attend to it. You put him in this world. You take him out. I can't. Then get out of my way so I can save all our lives. I do this with or without you. Your choice. Now this is what I call amusing. Oh boy. They always say that if you die in a dream, that happens to the sleeper. Maybe it's true, but if you wake up, we won't have to find out. Art, are you getting any of this? This tough hero, nice hero approach you came up with better work, because otherwise I'm going to stop holding back and let the chips or rubble fall where it may. Yeah, that's the other thing. Kyle wasn't against killing if it needed to. Did you know that?
I'm sorry, I had this on mute. I was talking.
I said, yeah, did you know that? Kyle is not against killing if it's necessary.
Well, that is for most characters, I think.
Yeah.
It should be. I don't think that the
Well, remember, there's no core or anything. Remember, by this point, there's no core.
Right. And honestly, the no kill rule for me is
no murder. It's no murder.
Well,
that's for me.
It all depends on the circumstance, and these heroes have to do what needs to be done, even, exhaust all their options in order to save, humanity. And if it is, that the villain has to die, I mean, yes, that is something that has
and Buzz made a good argument.
Right, that is something that has to happen.
Wait on. This is the best dream ever. Superheroes and huge special effects. Boy, I hope I never wake up. Come on, Art. Just admiring your artwork, Art. That's That's who I am. I love beauty, grace, and elegant. Everything you do, oh, you're two of a kind. And we're two of a kind, Art. You and me, and I would never want to hurt anyone, which makes me think that you don't either. Even in your dreams, you are what you are. A great kid. And I'm not going to run. Say anything. I love you, Art. Like, love your art. Wham! What did I do? I killed Linda. You what? You okay? Sure, Mom. Whatever. Just as long as I get my braces off today. What? Oh, nothing. I gotta get going. So she tricked him to snap him out of it, make him realize what he was doing.
Well, reverse psychology works.
Oh, they're ready to hit him. Her backpack takes all of the hits. I love it. I think no one is seeing any of this because they keep like boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Right.
Hey, honey, remember that night Dad died and I was vague about what happened, why it happened, and you didn't remember? Well, it's time I think we had a talk. We can talk later. Tell me Linda's okay. Tell me that was just a dream. It better have been, mate, because if she's dead, okay, this time I know. See? Here, she's safe and sound. Liz, I think we have to talk. I dare say we do. Are you all right, Linda? Oh, I'm fine. Just deeply depressed for a short while. So, yeah, basically, oh, of course, Bloody, how could you recognize me as a demon just by looking at me? Well, I was married to Lex Luthor. All right, say no more.
Oh, wow. That was shady.
Oh, I love it. So you knew all along I was Supergirl from the beginning? It was in your eyes, dear. Still is. I love that. Revealing that all those times in the past, she knew. That's why she was helping.
I see.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about that story? Like I said, Art could come back, but I'm glad it's just all done in one.
Yeah, that is, at least it's not dragging out, but it was, I would say that I want a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
or if this is to have like say a flash forward or something, that at
Mm-hmm.
least give an update on the character or something like that, or a little, this is what he's doing, or,
Yeah. I think Peter
something like
David
that.
wanted to leave it open for anyone else to use him.
Yeah, open-ended, and that's cool too.
Hold on, let me see if he appeared anywhere else.
Hmm.
No, volume 4, not volume 5. Okay, let's see if Art ever appeared in anything else. Nope. That was it. But I think that was Peter David just left it open. There are a lot of times where a villain is introduced or a new character is introduced, and then it's like it's left up in the air. It's up to other writers to do more with them.
I see. Well, that is a good thing because that means that the characters, you don't put them in a box where you
Yeah.
can take them to different directions, and maybe just as long as they don't just go stray too far from
Yep.
their original intent. But you can do anything, with your
Yep.
characters, and that's something that, like I said, with this run is very much a compare and contrast, or of modern comics and how writers do. They have
Yeah.
these characters in a compartmentalized type way, or
And
just
they become the big focus of the book.
yeah, and so in a box, and then if you want this villain to be compelling, you either drag out the story, you hype up the villain like Tom King did with Sovereign, or this,
Yeah. Yeah.
or this villain is a one and done. But you don't want that. You want these characters, especially when another writer sees the potential for the character, you don't want to limit that.
Exactly. Exactly. But But yeah, but now we're having someone's wanting to assassinate Lex. Oh boy.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
it's funny.
who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Right, I was about to say, Lex probably has some enemies. I don't even think, well,
Oh,
I don't.
I think there's a shorter list of people who he has it wrong. I'm kidding. Obviously, there's a big list, of course.
Right. I would say that having someone go to the breaking point of wanting to assassinate Lex is definitely a story that needs to be told, and how he basically grovels to Superman to like, yeah, I don't like you and I'm very much your enemy, but I want you to protect me at the same time. Just have that moment of Lex, I guess, having that vulnerable moment, you know?
Exactly. But yeah, and of course you're just like, again, you're like, oh boy, what did Lex do? Oh, probably everything.
Right.
but but yeah, though. Obviously they're heading on over. They're having a bunch of the whole like, God, not again. Oh, but again, we got these people are still trying. I love it. I do love how we're having this organization wanting to take him down, or this group of people wanting to take him Buzz down, and they keep flubbing. Notice that this woman keeps on screwing up. They can't snipe him. They can't, take free. They get anything.
Well, that's very much a
It's keeping
plot
them going.
contrivance.
It's keeping them going, but not having to make progress. That way, it doesn't
Right.
interfere with the main story until they're ready.
Exactly. Sometimes that can be a plot contrivance, but it as long as they don't drag out too much, it can keep going, and turn into a gag for a moment
Hmm.
until that right.
They finally get
Um,
him. They finally get him.
exactly.
Yeah, but oh boy. So nope. Yeah, human as they come. More the pity, and we'd have loved to claim him as one of ours. Now Mullet, he was a changeling. Says here, Lex is going to be at the mine. Wait, Mullet? Jack Mullet, the candidate for the techno party? Yeah, been around for years. Old Molesy has, or Melbane as he used to be called, basically revealing how someone else that went on to was running for office was a demon as well. And my God, you're serious. Jack Mullet ran for president, Buzz. He got 3% of the vote. The environmentalists all backed him for crying out loud. Lucky for them, he didn't win. Mullet would have melted the ice caps just to try out his new water wings. Can you tell me what if I am? What, betray the whereabouts of a fellow denizen of hell? I would never dream of. You're down to your last cigarette. I'll buy you a pack. The carton. Drop dead. 2 packs. Get lost. 8 packs. Get bent. 4 packs. Final offer. I can't believe I'm dickering around cigarette bribes. Guest artist, by the way.
I still, even with it being a guest artist, I still like the consistency of the art that they are basically finding artists that have similar, um,
Although, one problem,
some
it defeats the joke about she's supposed to, that's the normal Supergirl size.
right, but at least that's true. But it's still the consistency because a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
of
guest
course.
artists, it's such a drastic difference, between as Tom King's, Saint Pierre versus March. That difference is kind of like so jarring, and it kind of takes you out the story, but this is such a through line of art consistency
Yeah,
that it all feels the same, even if it is some minor differences. It's like the coloring and everything, it just feels, it kind of let me see, like in a new season of a cartoon. It's like they do have certain updates of the character design, or something like that, but it's still with the same design. And that's,
exactly.
that is the consistency, that if the flow doesn't change within the cartoon, then it shouldn't, with comics, because comics are, yeah, you read the words, but at the same time
Hmm.
you are really eyeing the art.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, are you Supergirl? No, I'm Peter Pan. If I throw you in the air, you'll never land.
What a wow.
That's a clever pun.
Yes, a pun, and very poetic, and
Yeah, if I
yeah,
throw you in the air, you'll never land.
wow.
Okay, so we find out that this is Mule that we were finding about. And apparently Lex, during the election, there was a bad photo op with a mule, and thus basically it led to him losing all of his credibility, making him a laughing stock. So in other words, this guy's a demon and he wants to assassinate Lex because of his pride.
Well, I mean, petty meets petty.
Yep, exactly. But that's right. This is no normal crazy politician. This is a seriously depraved, homicidally crazy politician. Christ, and I thought it was scary when Jesse Ventura got elected. The wrestler, remember?
I have no idea who that is.
He's a wrestler and he got elected mayor or governor once.
Really? A wrestler becoming a mayor is definitely a choice. I would take it more of like a John Cena thing of becoming an actor, but a career change is. I take it that it wasn't that good of him becoming mayor.
Oh no, it was good. It was good. It was just a case of, and she thought it was scary. This obviously happened after he was elected, but then obviously as time went on, he did a good job.
Okay, that's good.
But anyway, oh, I love this. Oh my God, he's trying to assassinate the president. He's going to try to kill Lex Luthor at the ceremony, which starts at 7. I've got to do something. Ah, fudge, I hate being one of the good guys. She was ready to just wait it out. It's Lex Luthor with their history. Can you blame her?
Right.
And look at that. She's just like,
I guess I'll have to do something, but I really don't want to.
You could definitely relate to her, right?
Yes.
I could just scream. All I have to do is nothing, and boom, just like that, America's rid of Lex, and so am I. After the way he used me, well, used Supergirl, used us before we were us. Forget it. Hey, I just like to say the creep gone. But Clark would save him, and his beef with Lex goes way back further than mine. So if he could do it, I guess I have to do it. Oh, I love this. You have all these kids singing, Lex, I'm in hell. He has to deal with even the more goofier or more literal childish stuff. He's like, I'm in hell. This is the stuff he would normally delegate, but he's the president. He can't delegate it.
Exactly.
Yep. Goes into a bit of a fight and everything. And yep. Like, you're the one who's a refugee from hell. Don't know what you're talking about. If you want to see thinking ahead, look no further than this. Uh-oh. Who's that? Nothing less than a bursting shell can penetrate my skin. Again, golden age. Boom! What in the world? Poor Supergirl. If she just asked, I would have told her that I was just out to humiliate Luthor, not kill him. I'm no murderer. I just wanted to even the scales, and nothing does that quite like a pie in the face. Then again, she probably wouldn't have trusted me. There's so little trust left in the world these days. I should have known you'd show up here to watch a fellow demon's handiwork. Huh? Oh, hell, what happened to you? Wasting my time, that's what happened. I should have known you can't trust a demon to make a decent assassination attempt. Who, mullet? Turns out he wasn't a demon after all. What? Yeah, I can recognize a demon a mile away. That's a legit human over there. Mosey must have switched back after he lost the election. I suppose. Always was a poor sport. When a changing switches back, the human subject remembers the things that happened to the demon as if it happened to the human himself. So his false memories drove him to target the president. The demon played by the rules, and the human concocted a demonated revenge scheme. Trust humans to come up with the... Could it make it devil's food next time? Okay.
Wow. The humor here is so much like more than the first section of this. It had humor, but it was still leaning more to the dramatic side. This is definitely leaning more on comedy and the comedic timing of everything.
Yep. Oh boy. Yeah. I love that song. Honey, is it morning? Yep, and with the dawn comes the classic horrifying realization. What did I? Oh my God, I ran out. That you did. On my wedding. That you did. With you. That you did, Tilly, my love. And we spent the night doing things that horrific, ghastly things that stop, please. You're making me blush. But Buzz, you're a friend of Eddie's. How could you? Who said I was a friend of Eddie's? You did, Buzz. Oh, would you believe me? Well, that was your first mistake. You must have slipped me a Mickey or something. Look, honey, you were having second thoughts about marrying old Eddie. Anyway, that's what I played on. Played on? You destroyed my life. Was it all a game to you? Well, yeah. In God's name, what are you? Tilly, don't ask questions you don't really want the answer to. Hey! Here you go. Something to remember me by. All right. Cheers, then. Oh! What a creeper.
Definitely.
And I bet you he forgot all about her. Uh-oh! But love? Linda! I'm awake. Jeez, it's not like I was falling asleep at the wait. We're in the oncoming lane, you get? Ah! Oh! Nuts. Brenda! Gotcha! What did I thought? How? The other car. What happened to the? Oh, come on. I know I saw. Hey, Brenda, it's me, Tommy. I just want to tell you I was thinking of you, and you want to get married or something? How many times am I supposed to say I'm sorry until I get tired of hearing it? Look, Buzz, considering the number of times you've generally gone out of your way to hack me off, I wouldn't get too holier than thou if I were you. Thou. Hold on. Leaps and leveling up. I'll just have to take us up again and keep going until I find a body shop or something. You okay up there, Buzz? Fine. Nice to know. You know you care. Victor, Mara, my dear, you seem to forget your current job is to be neither seen nor heard. But Victor, you're fortunate that all I did was have you recalled after your continued inability to bring us the demon. You're unfortunate. Victor, will you please shut up and listen to me? How dare you? Who do you think you are? What do you think you're playing at? I don't know why I bother with you. After all your bungling, I'd be better advised to dispatch of you right now. He's here in New Orleans. I gave pictures of the demon to every major service station between here and Washington. Told them to keep a lookout. I figured even a demon had to stop for gasoline. Oh, boy. So now we're getting things serious again.
Yeah, I see that. And honestly, that is so funny that I kind of spoke too soon.
Yep. That demon you promised is going to be here soon. Okay, like Dominique, I thought you should know. I thought you should. That is, Victor wanted you to know. Oh, geez, all those flies. Okay, bye. Again, makes you wonder what's going on. Holy, what the heck do you call that? What do you think about each of these issues going to different states or cities?
A round world trip is definitely interesting. I mean, it shows how these characters, and honestly, I love that. I love that these characters or heroes are supposed to be global to me. So having them in different states or even different time periods at certain time, that fascinates me. I don't like the stagnation of staying in just like Superman being in just Metropolis because, like I said, a few episodes ago, was that that's the difference between Metropolis and Gotham. You can have a full story in Gotham and
Yep.
everything, and it's
And
fantastic.
Batman only appears up at the last panel.
Right. But with
Metropolis, some stories, but not as many. It's not as fruitful.
Right. So with this and with Superman being who he is as a character, he is supposed to inspire, globally. So him being stagnant in Metropolis doesn't work for me. So
Right.
I appreciate when they have the characters globetrot.
And I
I
gotta
do
say,
appreciate.
I like how basically she's grounded. She is completely grounded.
Exactly. Please.
Powers and everything.
That is the one thing that also irks me when it comes to Clark and Diana is that so many fans say that Clark and Diana needs to be grounded in a way of justifying, of course, the love interest, but also, some some of their supporting cast that's kind of like, okay, they've kind of outgrown them. If your supporting cast isn't um revolving with the main character and you have to regress
Agreed.
the main character for their supporting cast, they're more of a liability.
Agreed.
So,
That I will agree with.
so the thing is with characters like Clark and Diana, they are very much grounded in have the heart of,
Hmm.
of
I
gold.
get all that, but trust me, that's a whole other topic for another time with
Right,
me.
right. Yeah, yeah.
But oh boy, wow, where'd you come from? Oh boy,
Wow, not the wow.
my
This
buzz is never gonna let me hear the end of that one. To be fair, that's something you would see at a Mardi Gras party or
this is a
parade.
very very interesting design. Wow.
Look, she just keeps jumping around. Christ, where are they putting the rum this year? Oh boy, they're abducting him and everything. Put him down, and now, doink doink, damn it. Ah! Huh? Yeah, I was only kidding. I just always wanted to do that. She acted
Yeah.
like you like, just kidding. I love that. Just kidding.
Just making a joke. This is still, again, it's trying to have its moments of dramatics, but at the same time, it's just pure comedy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, geez. I'm not a demon. I'm Supergirl. You are? What an astounding coincidence. What do you mean? As it so happens, I'm Wonder Woman. Supergirl, who does she think she's fooling? And gotcha. Okay, round two. Can't believe I'm fighting this hard on Buzz's behalf. First, I brings up about Lex and everything. So things are finally starting to come to a head. Tell me, Buzz, do you also remember Tilly and how you destroyed her life? Was that her name? Tilly. Hard to recall for sure. I've destroyed so many lives, one more or less, and let's be fair, it was 60-some years ago. She came from a good family, Buzz, a family that takes care of its own, even when one of our own wanders away and is seduced by a demon. A demon? Is that what you think I am? All kidding aside, you got the wrong guy. What makes you think this silly was seduced by any demon, let alone me? Buzz, don't ask questions you don't really want the answer to. She didn't know at first, but 9 months later, then she knew. Tilly's long departed. This value of tears, and this value of veil of tears, Buzz. But a souvenir of you lives on. What are you talking about? And what's that stench? Oh, his daughter was that woman, this bug creature, demon. I did not see that coming.
Ew.
Okay, that's a better design.
Definitely.
Oh, wait. I think I realized this is supposed to be a take on Insect Queen. Another Supergirl villain.
I would rather take another design though. I mean,
Agree, but they're trying to go something more,
horror, horror type. Yeah, I get that, but
Buzz, you keep on saying
something.
you've got the wrong guy. I don't
Mhm.
think so. Okay, I'm trying to wonder now if he really did get the wrong guy and it was someone posing as Buzz. Because to be fair, this doesn't make a lick of sense.
Well,
For it to be an insect.
right.
Yep. Oh, Supergirl's torturing that poor woman. But Superman wouldn't kill anyone. Too bad he's not here. Besides, I wouldn't be killing you. The Gator would. Me, I'm a nature lover, so I just be letting nature take its course. I'm holding you by 3 fingers. 3, 2, oops, slipping. I may not even make it to. Okay. Maybe it's because I've been living with the legendary Beaumont curse since I was old enough to walk. Hard enough to get your heart into something you're well and truly sick of. And furthermore, lady, if you are Supergirl, where'd you get off helping that nasty piece of work you're traveling with? Unless you see something in him the rest of us don't. Well, no, not really. I spent what seemed like an eternity with Buzz, and I've still no clear idea of who or what he is. Oh. Oh, dear. Nice aim there, love. Love. No one has ever called me that. What do you, and that, do you love me? And don't go all fiddler on the roof on me, all right? Let's stay on topic. You want to know what you are? Yes, you're a demonic, or apparently considering your name a demonique. What is that? You're a half-breed, the result of a mating between human and demon. There's not many of your type around. Demon-human couplings result in a child, maybe one out of every 100,000 times. Last major demon-human spawn became Chancellor of the Third. Hitler was the last human demon spawn.
Wow. That.
If I am half human, why do I look like this? Why not more human? You could if you wanted to. I could. With concentration, practice, you could assume a more normal form if you wanted to. Because I put, so yeah, it is his. I put your butt in your mother's oven, all right? Dominique, I am your father. And I'm certain that didn't sound too Darth Vader-like.
It definitely did sound Darth Vader-like.
Mm-hmm. Off him, he had lots of them. Well done. So then, what's his deal? You kill him? No, he was already dead when they brought him. What'd he die of? Lung cancer! Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Oh, a condemned man's last cigarette usually is. You put me on this earth, damn you. Damn you forever. Oh, boy. Of course. Oh. Like, I should have known. The only thing like a father I've ever known would understand, would forgive me. I should have known better. Yes, you should have. Duh! Oh. Oh, boy. Big fight going on. Have a nice day. She's going after Buzz, no question. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but if I'm reading between the lines right, that refugee from a Wes Craven movie is Buzz's daughter. And apparently there's no love lost between them. Oh, boy. Oh! Once again, my father isn't there for me. How consistent. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh! Buzz takes a hit. You got me good with that one. I know, and it felt good. So did this. Pity could have taught her so much if she'd given me half a chance. Kids these days, I mean. Oh. And she finally got herself a human form. It seems my father was right. I almost feel ungrateful. But this is the first day of the rest of my life, and I wouldn't want to start off on the wrong foot. Truly would be ungrateful. Because he said, poison, even now it's working through his system. I suspect there's no antitoxin on the planet. I kill you too. Oh dear. Dr. Fate. Because unfortunately, yeah, he is, Buzz is not doing so good. And it turns out we see how far back Buzz it goes. All the way back to the Roman days. Ugh.
Ew.
Yeah. So apparently he made a deal so he can destroy the tyrant and return his wife to him. That's how it all started. He took me to his place and amused himself with me and allowed his guards to do the same. And where were you when true Romans braved the odds to carve the cancer from our midst? Where were you? I made it possible, Valeria. I did it. I did, my love. I prayed and sacrificed and had a vision of, pray, like you desire my love, together in Hades. Oh, so he did all this for her, but because the way it happened, he was too late, and she killed him for it.
Honestly, that is very sad.
Very Shakespearean.
True.
So that's what happened. Now, of course, they bring forth, so again, it makes him a bit more sympathetic.
Yes, it is.
And probably why he hates other women after that. He did this all for love.
Right.
And thus after that, after a little stabbing, of course he's going to give up on being good. Though through Superman you have summoned me, and I am come. This is my patient, I take it. Ooh, everyone's favorite spooky medical practitioner. What insurance do you take? Blue Cross? Ignore him. Even when he's healthy, he's insufferable. It's a lot worse this time. You're a cute guy. You're right, Supergirl. Think of it as some sort of arcane snake venom. There's no physiological base. It's pure magic, which means you're the only person in the world who can help him. At the sound of risk of sounding immodest? Yes. And take the risk, you bloody. Shut up, Buzz. Even do you care about this? Yes. God help me, yes. Which is an admission I need like a hole in the head. Funny, you should mention that. Again, we're using all this to go through its history.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Buzz worked with John Wilkes Booth. Ah, ha, ha. And he's the reason Booth died. What do you think of all that? This history, and they're using all of this. It's the old fever-breaking, memory regain.
Right. I mean, the back and forth of these characters, and seeing how far they are, especially when they're old as dirt, it is very interesting when they put real, historical moments within references, because at times it's not like you're drastically changing anything within the history. It's just you're trying to give it a little bit more reasoning to it. And honestly, as long as a child that's reading this does not take this as legit, that this is actually what happened in history, then it's fine.
Oh boy, he didn't give the idea to a guy who becomes Jack the Ripper. But then what's worse that happened? His old wife came back as a harlot who died because of Jack's hands.
Wow. Well, Jack the Ripper, they honestly, I thought that was an old,
Oh no, it was
story.
real. It was
But
real.
yeah, it definitely was real, and especially when they
They
said
just
that
never
they had
resolved it.
exactly. Actually, about a few months ago, they did say that they found, like some type of evidence or whatever to give, Jack the Ripper an actual confirmed identity or ID,
I still say we gotta wait on that one. Oh,
right?
look, he meets up with Twilight. So we got a lot of his history. You claim the Almighty's forced you to remain with Supergirl in some manner. Too right. And if I just realized talking with Dr. Fate, he's coming off like Constantine. You notice that because he's a Brit smoking?
I thought that they were totally different. Is that the original, characterization of Dr. Fate?
He comes and goes depending on the version.
I see.
Oh, I gotta say it. I'm saying the president is more important thing to do than micromanage your free will. Then why am I in pain when I'm even thinking of leaving or hurting her? Buzz. Any muscle that is unused for lengthy periods causes pain when it's employed again. Ask anyone who takes up an exercise program. I'm not following. His consciousness is building up again. That's why it hurts. It has nothing to do with the present. It had to do with his conscience. He hasn't used it or listened to it in so long. It's painful.
I was about to say that when you have a conscience and you're trying to, you start to get conflicted with feelings and stuff. Yeah, it will hurt.
Yep. Oh, this is a turning point. This is during Our Worlds at War.
Mm-hmm.
Big attack happened in Kansas. She was there in Kansas when everything went kablooey.
Oh.
The car got crashed, and he's like, "Where are we, Linda?" Now, see about this. He has just found out that he is, developing a conscience. So he's actually trying to help. He's trying to help this woman out. Linda gets up. let's just say a whole bunch of stuff happens here. Like, darn, I knew I should have walked instead of taking that into Duesenberg. One side, look out, coming through. Guess that why they call it a crash cart. She is so banged up. She is ditzy at the moment. Look at that.
Well, she is obviously not drunk, but it's more like
She's punch drunk. She's punch drunk.
right, right.
Yep, but yeah, so he ends up trying to help her while all these men are about ready to assault her. Oh geez, the Kents, Ma and Pa, remember everything that happened. Oh, but yeah, she is so panicking, want to know what's going on. Flies off there. I'm only 16. He goes and saves the girl while she stops a fire. But after everything that happened, she thinks he was one of them. And unfortunately, she claims he tried to assault her. Now, of course, she stops everything. This is the turning point for making it very clear Buzz did the right thing. Look at that. He did the right thing. And what does he get? A misunderstanding, arrested, and then saying, I was doing the right thing. Oh, yeah, because you never take advantage of a young woman. Excuse me, I have innocent people to help. And she ditches him.
I mean, the character development is is going forward and backwards. But
You see what I mean? No, Linda clearly thinks because she's Supergirl, she knows what's best.
right.
She's like, but if you see what I mean, though, when I told you before, May would never do this. She would think it over and then make the right decision. But this isn't May.
Right. A little bit more compassionate, I would say.
Yeah, this is Linda, and she's like, why am I not surprised? Get him out of here. Even though he has been showing good, she can't see it. May would at least consider it.
Right, right.
Again, this is a big reminder. Linda ain't a great person.
That's true.
And I think more and more as it's going on, she's reverting.
Which is sad.
Would you agree with that? Like she's getting a bit fuller of herself and she's starting to revert.
Right. That's the thing, is that this is supposed to be character development, but it seems this is
It's not
intentional.
regression per se.
Right, right. It's not, it's regression to the point of, in that perspective of her original character of she's a bad person.
Yeah. Now, of course, it's more of a case of she's reverting. She's not the monster that that Buzz made her into. But clearly she's reverting back to whatever she was before Buzz.
Which is,
or what she would have become, if it wasn't for Buzz. A rebellious, snotty young woman who has a bit of an ego and a chip on her shoulder.
right. I mean, you put it very mildly.
Yeah. But of course, we see a bit more. All this is more just tying into everything while Buzz is trying to say, like, I didn't do anything. Oh, geez. What's your birthday? 20. Date of birth, not your age. It is my birthday. 20 AD. Of course, it's like, why do people do this? Why do they think being like, oh, they'll believe me? Oh, see, I answer honestly, and this is what I get. Oh, geez, just look at everything that happened in Kansas. Oh, no, and Leesburg.
Wow.
Oh, no, one of the Imperiexes has come to Leesburg. Oh, wait. Okay, I gotta double check. DC. This might explain why the Kents were coming so often. Oh, never mind, it's Virginia. Never mind, they still have to fly. Never mind. But yep, we have one of the Imperiex drones ready to attack everything. You cannot stop me. I am of Imperiex. Oh, she got a scar. That thing came across within a quarter-inch of disemboweling me. Bullets, missiles, earthbound stuff, and the stuff bounces off. But this, I'm gonna die. And Comet saves her. As well as I just blanked out her name right now. A Blythe.
Wow.
Oh, and this is where we find out they're together. Wait, you're staggering him, sweetheart. Hey, gonna wait for you forever. Like, and the nice thing is that it doesn't matter if I'm a male or female. Then okay, that's way more information than I needed. Can we risk being killed by the Iron Giant rather than discuss your love life, please? Sure, whatever you say. Oh, and then where we find out about her mother being pregnant. We, the readers, do. Linda, as I've told you, will not find out for a while.
Right. I mean, that we've seen her just with no signs of pregnancy, and now having it looks like she's probably fourth,
yeah, probably. So second trimester.
Well, yeah, fourth month, so second trimester.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Although she does look a little older, doesn't she?
She does.
I think it's just the way, the angle.
Right, or it could be on purpose to say that.
Remind us her age. Yeah.
Right.
Breast mint. Ooh. Oh, that poor mouse. Oh, and then he ate the girl's body. What do you mean he was innocent? He was innocent as in he didn't do it? Buzz didn't assault that girl? Supergirl, you just ease up. Ease up! Your people told me he attacked the girl. Now you're saying he didn't? So which is it? Because if he didn't, there's not going to be a whole lot of easing up in the next few minutes. Okay, here's the thing. We spoke to the complainant after she'd been brought to the hospital. Cleaned up, calmed down. Right. Well, it's calm as one gets on a circus ethic. And she told us that this Buzz, last name unknown, really was trying to save her. First, he pulled her out of an unturned car, and then when her assailant showed up, he rabbited initially. Right. He took off, but then he came back, chased him off. So when this Buzz said he was telling the truth about helping her, he in fact was telling the truth. Long story short of it, yeah. Damn it! Oh, yeah, definitely. So you want to open fire on me in an enclosed area. We don't know since he was transferred to the hospital. Hospital? What did you do to him? Nothing. It was some other prisoners in the cell. We thought they were a part of the same bunch and... Oh dear. But see what I mean again? May would not have done this.
Right.
May would have probably been like, we're going to go out and hit something, but this, again, more, it feels like these past few issues, we've been getting more Linda than we've had in the past other issues.
Right.
Because it's dealing with Buzz and her relationship.
And just the personality change.
Yeah, because again, she's basically feeling like, again, it got her thinking like, yeah, you never would take advantage of a woman. Oh, geez, this monster thing is, yeah, she's trying to fight it. I gotta say, I still like how it's made. Did you know there's a few issues we sometimes saw how short the skirt is, but now it looks like a skirt?
Yeah, throughout the, I'm pretty sure throughout the time,
but there it is again. What's going on? Sometimes it looks like shorts, the other time it looks like a skirt. Make up your mind.
I think it depends on the angle of the art and what, maybe
to avoid any panty shots.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh dear. Oh, look at it. It has glasses. Barbaric. All of you. Simply barbaric. You're calling me barbaric? Do you have difficulty with your auditory mechanisms as well? My what? Your ears. Can you hear properly? Yes. Are you perhaps mentally defective in some way? What? No! You seem confused as to whether I was addressing you about being barbaric. I wasn't confused. I was incredulous. Right, that. Imagine my incredulity that here I am, minding my own business, and suddenly, oh, so he was looking for the other one. So they're trying to find the other. Oh no, puppy!
Oh goodness.
Or maybe it's here. Okay, to be fair, it was only eating dead bodies. I'm not saying that's good, but.
Right. I mean, that's just as disrespectful, but
if it needs it for its intelligence. Oh boy, this is where we're getting the big question of, yeah, like I've lived on 2 of your centuries, crisscrossed the galaxy a dozen times, seen the pointless of war and the hopelessness of transcending that impulse that brings it. I've seen billions of wasted lives and millions of wasted excuses, all from supposedly rational beings trying to explain why it was all necessary. For a time, I thought I would go mad from it. I thought the universe was mad. Eventually, I learned that madness was the norm, and the only insanity was thinking otherwise. I learned to stop caring. To stop caring or to pretend you didn't care. There are 2 different sayings, perhaps, but the result is the same. So really, it doesn't matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I smell quite a few corpses buried. No, not there. Not these places. Not these people. Just, no. This is the house of worship. I believe they died while praying for protection. And now you protect their deaths when their deity didn't protect their lives? Would I do you a greater favor by honoring your request, or by acting against your desire and showing you that your battles carry the rod of hopelessness? What reaction would you feel, Supergirl? Would you admit to being afraid of anything? Oh, well, question. I kind of find this interesting. This guy is weird.
Very much so.
But yeah. Oh boy. Yep, go ahead.
We also get the back to sort of the religious talk, just a little bit
a little
of that, yeah.
Oh, by the way, thanks for the vote of confidence. I'll return the favor someday. B. Uh-oh. There's monsters everywhere, Captain. Seems to me it should be right at home wherever it goes. Right at home? Just ignore him. He'll go away when he's done. Just ignore him. You keep repeating me. And ever think you might have a nervous disorder? Or we can't just ignore him. You gotta stop that thing. I do? You know what? I think you'll say myself important for the rubes and gullible. Oh, calling him out because of what he was saying earlier as he's collecting all of these different objects. He's not killing anyone. Yes, he's eating corpses. But is he hurting anyone?
No, but as I said, it's still...
It's a questionable thing.
Right.
Okay, and I think we'll be ending it there. So, how was all of those?
That was still wonderful, still a great story. Very much going into the dramedy of it. You get it still sort of felt like a build up to the rest of the, run to show you really emphasize on the different perspective and now the different personality, and that this is a different Supergirl or different character, and how that affects basically the character arc.
It's a different run. It feels like a different run, doesn't it?
It does, but does it? It
feels, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has this consistency. It's not like a drastic character change.
No.
Like, honestly, say like Charles Soule and Kamasi,
I'm aware of that.
Or any writer taking over another run from another writer. It's
comparable to Steve Orlando taking over from G. Willow Wilson. Because he did it in mid-arc, he continued where it was left off.
Exactly. It's something like that. And with it being the same, writer, it definitely helps it. It definitely helps the narrative. For even if it is some changes, it feels like it is coming from the same writer. And that, again, keeps the flow going. Like I said, the art, whether it is different artists, they still have that same type of style that you
Yep.
can't really see too much of the difference. But also they give that very distinct type look.
Right.
Yeah.
So what did you think about again, what's been going on with Linda?
Like I said, the personality change and everything, it's kind of like, oh, it's
Oh,
so
sorry. I
weird.
gotta say this quickly. I look, there are just some moments there are some moments I just never get tired of. This is one.
The bullet showing that she's bulletproof. I would say she does have that attitude change that makes her unlikable at a certain thing, but at the same time, she's interesting as a character
Yeah,
where
look at that
you
look.
care.
Look at that. That is a Linda look. That is not a Supergirl look.
Yeah, you still care. It's just you know that she is not likable.
Yeah, you're getting. This is the case where we got the harsh reminder because we know Buzz was innocent, but the fact Linda just simply said, I have innocent people to save," and left him.
Right. No mercy type thing, and that
And
isn't Supergirl.
and then how she acted here.
Right.
I think this is a dark turning point for her. And it is ironic. She starts the spiral as Buzz starts to become a better man.
Yeah, that is a I guess that is one of the themes of,
Yeah.
of
Now,
the
does it
story.
redeem what he did? No. But at the same time, we saw he hasn't had a good life. He's not an absolute monster like we thought.
Right, right.
Makes it
Again,
feel like
choice.
he played up a lot of it, or a lot of it was under orders from his superiors that he couldn't say no to without dying.
Right.
Was he a scumbag? Oh yeah, but given what happened with his origin,
Exactly. You some characters you can be sympathetic for, it's okay. You
yeah,
know, they deserve it. And again, it's all about the character development to where it makes sense for the character growth.
exactly, exactly. But like I said, I mean, am I hating Linda as Supergirl? No,
No,
it's just a harsh realization when you realize, oh right, this isn't Matrix,
right,
and
right,
and you
right.
also realize you never really got a good handle on Linda.
True.
Think back. After everything we've been over, did we ever get a handle on Linda?
No,
It was
no.
mostly
And
me.
of course, that's done on purpose. But yeah, now that we see it here, it's kind of like, oh wow, you are a lot to take in.
And here's something else. From Peter David, this is the man who gave us the different incarnations of a Hulk. He gave us Joe Fixit. He gave us Professor Hulk. Same character, very different personalities.
Right.
So he knows how to do that. And I am still impressed. You rarely get someone doing it. Usually the case of where there's slight changes. No, this is night and day. Once we got, at least, I would say this, up until our world at war, it wasn't as night and day. Would you agree with that?
Right.
Like this arc especially. This arc felt no different from the early stuff.
Exactly, exactly. I would say that, yeah, you're right. It takes a special writer that can give you that, um, again, that personality change. I mean, you can have a character that does a 180
Yeah.
because of different. No, it could be the same writer. Let me see. I would say who's had Rucka.
Yeah.
The way he writes Diana from, yeah, that was like 20 years ago, but from his first run to his second run, there's a drastic difference between Diana's personality, the way he wrote her, and it does feel like a different character, and the
Yeah.
way he wanted to go back to his first run, but
Mm-hmm.
this isn't the same. It isn't the same Diana, but at the same time, you can just tell that his grasp on Diana was so different and so like
Yeah,
it
definitely.
was a
Well,
jarring thing.
I've already told you about what happened to him after you know who got elected. He decided I cannot be subtle anymore. I have to be heavy-handed.
Okay, so
No,
that
he didn't say that personally, but someone who worked with him told me that.
I will say that that's very much true because um
Agree. Look at what happened with
it's
Lois. Look what happened with Lois. He wrote
yes,
Lois very well in his Adventures of Superman run, but then once he did the Lois miniseries, which thanks to Bendis, he had a complete editorial freedom. He decided to be, she's a reporter. Of course she's a left leaning. Doesn't matter if she was raised a military brat. She's left leaning.
I just think that he wanted to make statements that was unnecessary.
Agreed.
Um it- I mean, no, it's never unnecessary. I wouldn't say that. It is more so like his timing of things. It's like
Yeah.
you wanted this book. It should have been about that if you wanted a like political thriller. Instead, he
Because
made
he
it
did
so
political
much
thrillers. Because he did political thrillers.
right, but you made it feel like it was too heavy-handed and you wanted like sometimes he does go so far into this character needs to be a mouthpiece for me, and then
Yep.
and then it also I can't believe halfway through you turned it basically into a Renee Montoya book. um so yeah, it definitely his mind and everything veered off too much, and he didn't have it felt like he didn't have a clear idea of what he wanted to truly tell about Lois. And the same thing with Diana. It feels like his one goal was to basically just thrash New 52, and I get that to
Yeah.
some extent.
Yep.
But at the same time, to be that petty was unnecessary, and just his statements of what he wanted to establish, it
Yeah.
wasn't fair because
Well, to be
again, you're
fair,
changing the
that's
character.
a case of a character change, irritation change between two runs, which does happen frequently with everyone. But but doing that is a big difference compared to doing it within the same run.
Right, that's true. Why I compared it is because he wanted his second one to be like a continuation from his
It
first
never
run.
was, but it never
And
was.
right, and it's like, okay, first of all, this is 20 years later. This character is totally different, a total different status quo, everything like that.
Yeah.
So it can never be, and that's the thing that I had trouble with Rebirth overall is that it can never be post crisis because of such a different thing. You can't just pretend, okay, this is the continuation from the run that I'm in favor of from the early 2000s or mid
Right.
2000s before, you know, the reboot. You can't do that because it changes so much. With this and the run, within the run, the thing is that it's intentional of giving you a different perspective of is basically the two sides of the same coin type thing.
Yeah.
It is totally different of a character perspective, but it's the same ongoing story that flows right. And I mean, as you said, this run could have ended, you know,
At 50.
at 50, but with going, this is the second run, I would say, because it is a different character in a way,
Yeah.
but it still flows and connects so, in sync with the first 50 issues. And that
Yep.
is something that, again, it's a rarity, you
Oh,
know.
by the way, here's what we'll be seeing coming forward. We got her own Bizarro.
Hmm.
During all that, things are going to start building up to the finale. And like I told you before, oh yeah, Buzz gets back into a demon, but we also get the Marvels showing up. But yeah, wait until you find out who the big villain is.
Wow.
See,
Self-defeated.
look,
That's
we're not, see,
interesting.
yeah, oh yeah. But think about this. We're nearly done with that portion. One, two. I'm just counting it. Wait, why am I doing it there when I can do it here? Um, Oh, come on. Come on. I hate when it when my when Explorer folder Explorer freezes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, come on, I just want to see how many items I selected.
Right, and everything is it's been technology and stuff has been giving difficulties for a while now.
13 issues before we get to that. So yeah, we will definitely be done in 2 videos. We'll have that, and then the last 6 issues will be the grand finale. So we are nearly done.
Wow, this has been quite fun to read upon this character. And like I said, I'm becoming very biased to Supergirl now and
Mm-hmm.
very much an advocate of okay, this should be
Oh, Jim Lee cover, by the way.
that is his art has really transformed throughout
Mm-hmm.
the years.
This was
I
before Hush, by the way.
really, yeah, so that's I I wouldn't say I wouldn't have thought that that was Jim Lee because I'm
Well,
so used to his art of
yeah.
now.
Especially as Joker. That does not look right. Or that's a Joker as Two-Face.
Right. It looks like he tried to mix them both together. His artwork, I would say here is probably because of the colorist or so, or
Yeah.
maybe and also with his lines now, he wants to have like a sketchy,
Mm-hmm.
more lines on things. This is more smooth. Honestly, I would think this was Ed Ben's.
Yeah, I would. Well, actually, we will be seeing him soon.
Right, right. I honestly, right. See, that is definitely what it reminds me of.
Right. But like I said, we got one more breathing through issues, and then one final going back over things in depth. Because we did that for
Cool.
the first batch. Only fitting we
Mm-hmm.
do that for the last batch. Because, like I told you
Right.
before, that's what I note for the longest time. The first and last arcs were the only things collected. So those are the things I've read to death.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Well,
So yeah, but yeah, wait until we get through this. But yeah, any other final words you want to give?
I'm just anticipating the ending because you're building this up as
Something to get
my
angry at, yeah.
yeah, my expectations are very much in a flux.
Yeah,
So,
well, remember, we still got one chunk to go through, and
mhm.
then that.
Right. So yeah, I'm definitely anticipating the ending. I don't want it to end, but I want to get to the end to see my own reaction, how I would
Yeah, and so
react.
that's why the other reason why I want to read that one through, because it's going to be the dialogue that's going to get you mad. It's going to be how you
Okay.
realize what state Linda has been pushed into, and then you
Mm-hmm.
realize, oh, come on, and you realize it's Peter David being spiteful of everything that happened, and because he also knows Linda is not only going to be dropped, she's going to be like dropped.
That's sad. That's really, really sad. So now that's kind of my expectations are really, really low to, yeah, I'm probably going to rant just a little bit.
Yep, I hear you. But again, it's a well-written story. It's just going to
Yes,
make
yes,
you
it is.
feel angry. I think he did too good of a job to make you feel angry that it got canceled.
Right. I mean, DC has a problem with runs that really catch buzz and
Ha!
exceed
Sorry,
expectations.
I had to laugh because he said Buzz. Not
But
that Buzz.
also um and I guess has some type of success. And well, Didio, he did admit that it's a problem within DC is that
Yeah.
they become lazy in expectations. They don't like that sort of ongoing expectation to be creative. And when it is a run that really catches the eye of the audience, whether it is controversial or it's something that's just loved and praised, if it isn't a mini series, if it's isn't an Elseworlds, but ongoing for some reason, DC loves canceling the better books,
Yeah.
but they love giving
Well,
chances to the
to
books
be
that
fair, this,
mhm,
as I told you before, this wasn't selling well. For so much of this run, it wasn't selling well
it
at
wasn't.
all. This is similar to Blue Beetle.
So was it because Supergirl is like a satellite character
I think it
or
was that, and I also think it was a case where people just didn't understand.
I see. I mean,
And come on, with
well,
everything we've been going over, it's good. But let's be honest, you have to admit, it's been giving niche vibes, hasn't it?
it is, but that's the thing. With comics are a niche anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So when a story feels like that, honestly, you are going to get the best story
Yep.
because not only do you have creative freedom, but you actually have a tight, full
Oh yeah.
focus story.
Yeah.
When
That's
you
Frank
have,
Miller did that with Daredevil.
yeah, when you have these mainstream, um, ongoings that it feels like padding. It feels restrictive and everything like that. So honestly, I love these um
Yeah,
these hidden gem type stories. I
definitely. But at
you
the same
know,
time, as we said before, we get why it didn't sell well.
yeah.
Because
Well,
look at everything. Do you really think this sold well? From
I mean,
all the storytelling compared to bigger action.
I would say in depth, no, because it is more a character driven deep
Yeah.
dive. You have action, but that is
I
definitely
mean, look
felt
at
as
this. It's a
secondary.
look at this. It's with a tie into one of their big events, and yet it's all talking about war and everything. And like, what do
Right.
should you really? And yeah, I eat people's corpses. Does that mean that I'm a bad man?
Right. It's just a lot of character driven exploration and the showing the morally gray, things like that and how the world is seen and just that, like I said, character perspective is giving that more than the action. So I get that with comics you want action, you want the fighting and everything. But this run again is very much a hidden gem that should be read by at least the more modern audience to understand, okay, you might want to praise Tom King's, Drunk Supergirl, but this it has more depth for me, as I
Agreed.
said.
By the way, the whole thing that happened with Buzz. I just want to show this. This was the last part we saw. All of these guys just staring him down, these creepers, and then we find out. Oh, you think like can't wait. Next thing we find out. Oh, he got maimed. He got royally maimed to the point where we don't even see it yet.
Wow.
So
Mm.
again, he looks like I got this. No, he didn't.
Well, that's interesting.
Yep.
More interesting bits.
Okay, but we'll find out more next time.
Hmm.
So thank you so much for joining me, Britt.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone else. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.